What's up, guys? It's your girl Stacy Cake, your host of What's Hot, and today I'm here to do a reaction for the trailer Him. This is a Jordan Peele production, so I'm sure it's gonna be spicy. And yeah, if you guys want to see this content and more, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment. And let's get into it.
Do you want this? I said, do you want this? If you want to transcend the game, you have to dig deep. Your mind and your body have to be in sync. Talent is how hard you're willing to work. No days off. No sleep. We grind. I'm never good enough. I'm never good enough. That's how great people think.
Ooh.
So you're gonna have to ask yourself, what am I willing to sacrifice? It's that game, man. This is everything. Do you want this? What are you willing to sacrifice?
Oh man.
You say it.
The monologue is crazy.
And show me.
Y'all, the visuals, the monologue was just like so captivating. Oh my gosh. Let me get into this. I'm just gonna obviously do my pros, cons, and ratings after viewing this trailer. And I also read the synopsis for this film, so that way I'm not just like white knuckling it and giving you guys predictions. So the synopsis gives me just like a fuller picture and accompaniment with watching the trailer. The main characters who we see in the trailer are Marlon Wayans, whose character's name is Isaiah White, and then we have Cam. Cam is the young athlete that we see. Cam is played by former college wide receiver Tyreek Withers, which is interesting that they grabbed a real life college athlete who really has experience in the game, and I think that's a great start but I'm actually really happy that he got the opportunity to star in this, because that's just really cool to like have his skills and his athletic history from college and background kind of be resourceful to him and work for him in a different way than, just obviously being in the NFL. His character, Tyreek Withers, his character Cam, gets injured by a like crazy psychotic fan, and he goes to stay with Isaiah White, which is Marlon Wayans' character. Isaiah White is like his athletic, his football idol, and he offers Cam the opportunity to come stay with him. Like, I'll train you, I'm gonna get you back right, whatever, right? After Cam got injured. So Cam goes and stays at Isaiah's place. So as we see in the trailer, as Cam is spending time with Isaiah, stuff is getting weird pretty quickly. Like, it's starting to spiral. He's essentially, in the trailer, we see him pushing this message that, like, what are you willing to sacrifice? It's nonstop work. You got to give it your all. It's no rest, no sleep. You live, breathe, die, football, training. You're never good enough, which is obviously toxic messaging. We all need rest, especially like football is not only physically taxing, it's mentally taxing. And you're telling this guy who's injured at that he's it's no rest. It's grind, 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 and all of that, and that he's never gonna like. It's just toxic messaging. And then we see like the visual of like the image of like the two helmets colliding, the two athletes colliding, and just like the injury that that's caused, and how it like threw someone off a little bit. And the first thing I thought about when I saw that was Aaron Hernandez, because the documentary kind of that I had watched, I think it was on Netflix, kind of explored like the potential of how the physical trauma he experienced in football might have affected his mental state, ultimately leading him down a more violent, detached type of personality role, which ultimately, allegedly, since whatever, led to his suicide and maybe played a part in some of the crimes he was charged for. And we clearly see some violent and we clearly see some violence is going to take place in this film, but it doesn't quite look like Cam is going to be the one necessarily facilitating all the violence. It looks like he's going to be mascots of some sort attacking him and all that, but I think it's going to knock his little elevator loops. Like, it's going to be he going to be like off his rocker a little bit, messing with Isaiah, because Isaiah is clearly like unstable. And based on the synopsis, they're also saying that he's messing with Isaiah, which is Marlon Wayans' character, is married to a character named Else White, who is like a celebrity influencer. Um, and I think she's like not all the way there either. Like, it's just a lot of like dark energy going on. And but all that to be said, like, in watching this trailer, I think the storyline is very interesting. So I definitely think that's a pro. I don't know if you fully got all of that information, which I don't think we did just from watching the trailer. That's why I read the synopsis. The storyline, this angle of using football and like what are you willing to sacrifice, and I think we have heard of people giving themselves, selling their souls for success, for fame, and I think this movie is gonna address that. I don't know, is this like Illuminati? That kind of crossed my mind a little bit too, like just like some of the images and visuals we see, which I think was just well done and just amplifying and setting the tone. Some of the special effects we see was also a pro for me. The spinning of the images, the red filters that we see, the red coloring, the colors, which I haven't picked up on too much, but I did notice like them intentionally showing the planes flying over the stadium and having the USA colors kind of going across the sky. I'm sure that's symbolic, and it's going to be a message about America, which is going to be really interesting to see what exactly they're trying to say. Is it related to the connection of a sacrifice that we put on, the pressure and the sacrifice that we expect of our athletes? It's a lot of ways they could tackle this, but I think it's definitely some symbolism there, and they are teasing that in this trailer. But I think it's still it left things very mysterious. Like I said, most of what I know is because I read the synopsis. I didn't necessarily pull it from the trailer, but it was a very, very intriguing, captivating trailer. So I really like that a lot. As far as cons, we saw all of Isaiah White's mindset with the monologue. We didn't really get too much from Cam. We didn't really get to learn anything about his character except that he was training for football, which I guess is essentially most important. But I do say I don't like when trailers share too much, so it's not like a major downer, but it just, like, I wanted to know a little more of like what was the dynamic between the two, and I think they could have shared that a little better in the trailer. Again, not a major deal. I just feel like you don't really get much from the trailer other than, oh, it's some creepy stuff going on with a football player who is being trained by this maniac. It's some dark energy stuff going on. like that's all you really kind of get. So just a little, maybe just a dash more about the character or the storyline would have really helped. But I actually do love the use of the monologue to narrate the trailer. So that's actually a pro. Yeah, it's not really a lot of negatives for me. I would have liked to see, like, I'm interested in seeing how tight knit this cast is gonna be, because just based on the trailer, it's not looking like it's gonna be a whole lot of other interactions or cast interactions. So I'm just curious. I hope that it's a little more expansive and a little more of an intricate storyline as far as like these main characters, their connection to other characters, because I feel like we don't really get to see that in the trailer. And it's not really a con, that's just something I don't know and I'm hopeful for. But overall, I thought it was like a very captivating trailer, very intriguing, very like eerie. And it made you say, ooh, I want to kind of see more. And I think yeah, it did what it had to do. Interested in, obviously, like, it was a lot of special effects doing for used for the trailer, and so I hope that they're able to evoke the same kind of emotion without those like little extra uh editing tricks in the film. Because like, you know, this was like trailer editing. I think it helped elevate the senses while watching this film a lot, which isn't a bad thing. I'm just curious like how it's going to be done in the movie, and is it going to kind of evoke the same emotion without those edits. But yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna rate this trailer a 4 out of 5 flames. I thought it was done really well. I felt like it was just something missing, just generally, but nothing like too negative about it. So I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 flames. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Are you going to see it? This film is in part produced by Jordan Peele, but it was not written by him. So the screenplay is by Zach Akers and Skip Bronke and Justin Tipping. So this is like coming from Jordan Peele's production company, Monkey Paw Productions, and it is produced by him. And I think Jordan Peele has a great knack for interweaving symbolism and messages throughout his films that he's involved in. So I am interested to see how much of his hand was really how much of his inspiration in his hand was really used in crafting this film. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go see it, guys. I think I'm gonna go to the movies and see this. Let me know if you guys are gonna do the same. And yeah, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys next time.